culture here at the college. And so we created what we call the 3C Awards. And for us, it's a way to commemorate people who do those 3 Cs exceptionally well. And so today we're going to recognize some of our colleagues who we know do an exceptional job epitomizing the 3 Cs. And so you have some family members who have done an extremely great job just bringing those 3 Cs to life. So today we're going to recognize our colleagues who have, when I challenged our colleagues to nominate their peers, I said, we want the 3C Awards to be an example of catching people doing good things. You know, when you were a child and your parents would catch you doing things, you get caught in the act. Well, this is getting caught in the act of kindness, right? So the 3C Awards are catching people doing great things. And so often, when you think about what character is, it's who you are when people aren't looking. It's just who you are intentionally, who you are without having to think about it. Well, we want the 3C Awards to be capturing a moment in time where, you know, so often we spend so much time with each other at work, whether you think about it or not. We spend more time with our colleagues than we do with our loved ones, good or bad. You know, if you think about it, our loved ones get the time that's left over at the end of the day. Very often, our colleagues get the best of us. We're dressed up, we smell good. So, you know, when you retire, when you decide to hang up your work shingles, very often your family, I know one time I took my daughters, I had to go in and do some work on the weekend. And someone asked my daughters, what does your mother do? And they said, she plays on the computer. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, they probably think I'm a gamer, right? And I thought, I'm going to have to do a better job at explaining what I do. But I thought it would be, you know, and I have to really give Grant Hennig some credit here. When I first thought about these awards, I thought, we want to surprise the person and not announce this until the day of and catch them by surprise. And he said, no, let's tell them ahead of time so they can invite people, so their colleagues can celebrate. And I thought, I was reluctant, I really was, because I'm like, it's the element of surprise. He said, no, it's letting people know. And he was right. And it's just been a really good element to be able to have loved ones and even colleagues, team members come. And from the very first awards, I've been able to see having team members, having family members. I've been able to meet family members. It's been such a great element being able to see extended family members come. So as this continues to grow, I want to say thank you for coming out today. Thank you for sharing this with your family members, and just thank you for investing time. I don't think we take enough time to stop and think about the non-deliverables of our work. We do extremely great work here. You know, I'm coming off of the SACS conference, and I just want to say, you know, yes, we came off of our SACS reaffirmation with 0 recommendations. Woo-hoo, yes. I also want to say that your colleagues represented ACC so well at the conference. Our QEP committee, Dr. Harris, Dr. Rasmussen, they represented us so well. You can have so much to be proud of. You know, I get the easy work of representing Dr. Rhodes and smiling and, you know, I get the easy work, but your colleagues represent us so well. And when I think about who we are as a college and the reputation that we have, what it takes for us to get there is the day-to-day grind. And I don't want it to be lost on each one of us that it's the work that you do every day. It's the hours and the hours and the hours. And to get there, it's the relationships. Never forget the people work, the human element. It's really easy to get stuck on the deliverables. And yes, we'll do that, but it's the human part of the work. Because if you miss out on the human part, we've become robots. And if you want to stick some AI in there, go ahead, but you won't get the same outcomes, right? It's the human element of what makes us special and what drives excellence here. It's the passion, it's the compassion, it's the empathy that drives these great outcomes. When I think about the faculty in the classroom that care about our students, the student service professionals that care about our students, it's that human element that weaves all of this together. So never forget about the human elements. Never forget about, even when people get on your last nerves, remember, it's the human element that makes them real, that drives them to care deeply. And even when you disagree, it's the human element that causes you to disagree. And I always said, if you all were just alike, one of you would be unnecessary, right? So, no, that's real. So I think about one of the greatest teams that I had when I was at Bridgestone. The CEO came to me and he asked me, he said, I've got a very important project that I need you to lead. We've got to, they wanted to, it was an R&D project. And so they wanted us to test out a new project, new technology that had never been tried before. So he said, you've got, really, you tell me what budget you need, but you can have the best people. So I want you to handpick the team. I picked the best developers, the best QA people, everybody I've handpicked across the company, the very best people for every role. Because I knew, I'm like, this is going to be amazing, right? I was so excited. The very first meeting was chaos. I had no idea. I was so excited about that first meeting and I wanted to cry. Why? Because everybody was passionate about what they did and they argued from the first moment. No, you're wrong. That is not correct. And that's not the right way to approach this. And I'm thinking, this is going to be a long year. I think I need a drink and I don't even drink, right? But what happened was I realized that passionate people bring strong opinions. And I realized, you know what? If I had had people that didn't care, they wouldn't have brought those strong opinions. So I had to war with how do you bring people with strong opinions and meld those together. And so what I learned was you have to deal with prima donna personalities of people that are very strong and great. And ultimately, we ended up having a great project, but it was one of the most difficult things that I ever had to lead in my life. But again, it was the human element of the passion, the commitment. And I'm saying that because we have to learn how to work with each other, how to work with the personalities, but it matters. And that's what drives greatness, right? We're here because everybody's passionate, and you're here because you are amazing and you drive greatness every day. So I'm going to ask our VP of Instruction and our VP of Student Affairs to come up. They're going to announce our winners, and they're also going to share the people who have nominated these winners. So just so you know about the process, we've had people to nominate our award winners today, and we want you to keep the nominations coming. So I will defer. We'll start with Mr. Midgley. And as far as the process today, when they nominate the person, we'll let them share the person that's nominated, let that person speak about the person that's nominated, the award winner. We will let the person come up. We want them to come up. We'll take pictures with them. So there'll be a photo opportunity. And if you can stay up front, at the end, we want to take a group picture with all of the winners, okay?
Chelsea Baker and Susie Baker.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for hosting this event, Dr. Humphrey, and everybody for coming and taking the time to be here. When this came up, 3Cs came up, the first name that popped to mind.
Time out. They're saying they couldn't hear Mike.
Oh, can't hear? How about now? Can you hear me now?
Online, they could hear.
They couldn't hear Mike. Oh, because he didn't have a mic. Mike didn't have a mic. Anyway, so so the first name that popped into my head was Chelsea's, and I just have to tell you, in addition to the years of work that she has committed tirelessly to her purpose in supporting faculty with faculty development, a year ago we had probably the perfect storm when there was a big transition in the leadership of the group. 4 staff left the group. And with the new dean, Dr. Eric Nathan, who's online, coming in, Chelsea became the representative for those 4 people that had left. And as if that wasn't enough, the universe said, hold my drink, and they launched Workday in October of that fall semester. So here she is navigating that, supporting Dr. Nathan in his new role, and not one single thing fell through the cracks. She was there for every single event, I mean, I was worried about her at one point. I was like, how can you do this? And she just had this adrenaline and again, continued the work flawlessly, never complaining. She was amazing. And I thought nobody could do this, and she did it. So the 3 C's, absolutely: connection, collaboration across the institution, and caring. The work that she's also led and done with the equity, not only leading some of that work, but now expanding that work, equity, diversity, inclusion, and belonging. And so again, I'm very grateful for this opportunity to highlight and to recognize her for this amazing work.
Oh, thanks, y'all. I'm really happy, and it feels really nice to be honored. So thanks for everybody who's came as well.
Thank you. Okay. There you go. And picture.
My steady side.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Let's to stay here or close so we can.
Right, use the mic.
Thank you. So I was reading the comment. I particularly like the one almost at the top now, where it says, "I can't hear Mike," and someone said, "Good." So, I think that means what I think it means. So our next award winner is Naomi Garza. Yeah. Hey, Naomi, nominated by Maison Zuniga, who is ill today. So Melissa Beeger, would you come up and say a few words about Naomi?
All right, so I have something to read from Misan, who could not be here today, and then I'm going to add a few words of my own before we bring Naomi up. Misan says, for those of you that have not had a chance to meet or work with Naomi Garza, she has dedicated over a decade at ACC, supporting students and ensuring all students have access and opportunities. As the college and high school programs operation manager, she and her team provide technical support to high school students and programs. She is always the first to volunteer to help other departments and is always looking for automated solutions to allow staff more time to work with students. Thank you, Naomi, for your care, connection, and collaboration. So that's from Misan, and I got to add myself. So I have to say, from everybody in our division, Naomi is probably the quietest person, but also one of the most important and has probably the most tedious job. So she oversees operations. And what that means in the real world is that has to do with all of our data, all of our online things we send out to students, all of our systems, including our frontline operators who answers the phones. And in the high school programs world, that means dealing with a lot of angry and flustered parents and other folks like that. It is not a job that I could ever do, but she is crucial. My team, we rely very heavily on student data and systems to understand what's going on with our students. And Naomi has been vital in that. Things have improved so much in our data collection and operations. And every time we have an issue, like we will go to her and say, we really need this kind of information on our reports. She is the one who works with OIRA to make sure we can get that, even if it's something like where our IT people say, we don't even have a field for that. And we say, we really need it. She's the one in her completely unflappable way who manages to get it done for us. And we would just be lost without that. So I really appreciate your work. So thank you, Naomi.
I just want to thank Melissa and Misan for all those kind words that they said about me. I totally appreciate it. And like I said earlier, this is, I've been here for about 16 years and this is the first award I've received. I totally appreciate it.
Congratulations. Here, we'll get you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
So our next award winner this morning is Dale Bunton. She was nominated by our Dean of Health Sciences, Nina Almasy. Nina.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Dale. Where's Dale? Dale is joining us virtually. Dale is the Senior Administrative Assistant for the Dean of Health Sciences, and she has done tremendous work. She has survived 3 deans, so I'm the newest one, but she really is the force behind the Health Science Office being you know, you guys know, you hear health sciences is very complex, and Dale truly exemplifies a collaborative spirit. She is so caring, so compassionate, and so graceful, and that is what, you know, I want to make sure that we do a better job of recognizing those who work behind the scenes, because we don't get to see, you know, she doesn't, you know, come to meetings, but she does everything to make sure that our office does its job, and she does it so gracefully. She's actually at Eastview today. She goes to work early, and she is so diligent that she said, you know, that drive, I'm just gonna stick to work and I'll watch virtually. So Dale, thank you so much. And if I may add a 4th C just for Dale, and that is class. I wish you could see Dale when she comes to work. She is so beautifully dressed up every day. I get excited. I'm like, what is Dale wearing today? Because she matches. And that to me just brings a whole other vibe to the work environment and gets us excited. So I just wanted to thank you, Dale. You're amazing and we appreciate you. Is she here? Thank you.
You have to accept on Dale's behalf. Yeah. Well, you want to take a picture on behalf? We'll take a picture. Okay. You good?
Thank you so much.
All right, congrats. Thank you, Mike. And next we will have our VP for Student Affairs, Dr. Shasta Buchanan.
I'm going to use the mic so no one says good in the comments. So our first nominee or awardee is Victor Sabaha Molina, nominated by Stephanie Vermillion. And before anyone says that person is not in student affairs, I think the beautiful part about these awards is that someone somewhere else in another department saw someone doing something great. And so thank you.
Yes, I have a paper. I can't memorize speeches, so. Victor has been an exceptional partner for the SA Comms team and specifically myself and the video team. Recently, Victor took time out of his busy schedule during General Assembly to serve on an interview committee to help me find an amazing video producer after ours left the college in July. He was working on General Assembly videos during his breaks, but was always present during the interviews and provided thoughtful guidance. Even back in my days in student life, when we had no video team, Victor would step in and help us create videos. When we joined the It's On Us movement, his team collaborated with us and filmed the video pledge. Students appreciated that ACC took the pledge and it was positive visibility. In recent years, Victor has served as a role model for how positive management can build strong teams and how maintaining positive connections with external partners make the student experience richer. Recently, our animation hourly created a video in partnership with Paula McDermott to highlight food distributions, and Victor offered to help embed the ASL video and even captioned it for us while we were onboarding our video producer, knowing how important it was for our videos to be inclusive and captioned. He went the extra mile to ensure our students were receiving the message with care. Last but not least, Victor is a stellar manager who leads by example. If his team is too busy, he'll take on the work and work late and hustle because he understands and values the student support mission at ACC. He takes time to explain things, but also to understand where someone is coming from. He has been a friend to me and a mentor and has always offered a helping hand when I've reached out for one, and has taught me about the video world with patience and kindness, which I need. I feel lucky to know and collaborate with Victor at ACC, and the college is lucky to have someone so passionate, dedicated, professional, and overall just amazing here. Someone who thinks beyond their box, and instead of saying, it's not my job, he thinks with his heart for the students in Austin community and says, it's our job.
Oh, wow. How do I follow that? I can't, none of this can be done alone. And so it takes collaboration, connection, and caring. So these are great reminders to keep going, keep moving. Thank you.
Congratulations. Should we show your name? All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Our next awardee is Tung Nguyen, nominated by Cameron Klassen. And I'm gonna hand you.
Good morning, everyone. So I had never actually crossed paths with Tung until after this fall semester had started. I was taking notes in a virtual meeting that he was leading, and immediately I was just taken aback. He made sure that every single person who attended was able to provide their input, and he would very actively listen, and then he would take it one step further, and he would say, so what I think I'm hearing is, and then he would say in his own words what he had heard to make sure that he was understanding the person. And I just thought that was so wonderful. And I hopped off that meeting feeling energized, which if you've been in a virtual meeting, it can be kind of draining. But I felt energized, and I walked into Anna Rummer's office, my direct report, and I said, I was just in the most amazing meeting led by Tung. She was like, oh, tell me about it. So I told her what I just said, and she said, you should nominate him for a 3Cs. And at that point, I was vaguely aware of what it was. So I go and I'm filling it out and I'm reading about what each C is. And I was like, in this 1 hour meeting, I witnessed him do all three, and that's amazing. And so every time Tung facilitates a meeting that I'm a part of, this nomination and award is definitely reaffirmed, and I'm just so pleased to see him get recognized the way he deserves. So.
All right, I've got a little bit of dad brain. I've been up since 5:45, but I do feel like a moment of gratitude that I should share while I have the mic, and hopefully no one will say good. So first of all, I'd like to say thank you to the person who nominated me, which I learned today is Kim. So I genuinely believe that it says as much about the person who nominates the person for looking out for good. And I think that speaks a lot on what you're projecting and the energy that you're giving out. So I really appreciate this nomination. So thank you for that. Secondly, I wanted to say, I did take a peek at who was winning awards this one. And 3 out of the 5 folks that I knew, including Ale, Alejandra, Naomi, and Chelsea. And so I realized that I've been really good company up here, and I can't wait to say hi to Dale and Victor as well in person later. So I appreciate this, and it's a privilege to be up here with the folks that were nominated today. If you don't mind, I'd love to share like a brief story of my late dad. I haven't shared this in a while. I used to be a recruiter, speaking a lot, and I'm on the backside now, so I don't get to share this story much. And my late dad's birthday just passed, and I thought it'd be a good time to share it. So I'm gonna make this an abbreviated version. So after the Vietnam War, you know, a miraculous journey came, and then my dad ended up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, of all places, working as a busboy at like a local steak shop, which someday I hope to get to visit. And while he was working, there was a gentleman, we affectionately refer to him as Mr. Wei, and he was a regular diner there. He asked my dad if he ever had dreams of going to college. Mind you, this is somebody in their young 20s, barely speaks English. Mr. Wei took time to notice my dad, and long story short, they started, I guess, a friendship of sorts that ended up with my dad attending the University of Pittsburgh, thanks to Mr. Wei, and with his help getting my dad through the financial aid process and all this other stuff. 2.5 years later, my dad ended up getting a very fast bachelor's degree, and there's a whole nother story on that, but that's for another time. And I think the point of the story was that that interaction kind of changed not only my dad's like trajectory, but generations to come. So thanks to Mr. Wei, he kind of ended that cycle, and I'm so grateful for that. And it's something that I personally will never forget, and it's why the work that we do at ACC really resonates with who I am as a person. And lastly, I'll close up by saying my children did not get to meet their Noi, which is grandpa in Vietnamese, and you know we do celebrate him, including for his birthday. But the essence of like caring, connection, collaboration, especially for a higher good, these are all things that I wish to pass down to my own children someday. I have 2 little ones, and I appreciate this award so much because it just tells me I'm on the right path towards doing that, and I thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
I don't know about y'all, but this is the most emotional 3 C's, Dr. Humphrey, but thank you. Last but certainly not least, our awardee, Alejandra Polchik, nominated by Dr. Ruth Reinhardt.
We saved the best for last. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody's great. I'm very happy for everybody. Congratulations to all the winners. But I nominated Alejandra because everybody thinks that Alejandra is only over Ascender.
she does much more than that. She's actually the director of All Hispanic Outreach. So her plate is full. She always does her work with such passion. So dedication to our Latino students, making the students and their family members and their siblings feel very comfortable at the college and welcoming them. In addition to that, even though Ascender is for Hispanic students, she opens the program to all of our students so they can have the luxuries of an education and feeling comfortable at ACC and helping them navigate the college. But Alejandra, I am so proud of you, the work that you do, endless hours of work, because you do so many activities in the evenings and on weekends, and you sacrifice so much of the time of your family. And as a college, we appreciate that. And the work that you do does not go unnoticed. Ascender started as a little thing and has really grown. And if y'all don't know this, Ascender is part of Catch the Next. And they had a contest, and Alejandra really pushed her students to come up with a name for Ascender. And one of our students, our ACC, that's why across the state, all Catch the Next programs are called Ascender because of ACC and Alejandra's work. So it's those kinds of things that people don't recognize, that our employees do such great work and they're so passionate and they give so much of themselves. And I'm very proud to be one of your mentors and for you to be in our space. Thank you so much.
If you think you're emotional, move. I am the most emotional person in this room, and my heart is racing, and I'm about to cry because ACC for me is my family. My family doesn't live here. My husband's family doesn't live here. I am sorry, but
it's okay.
Ascender stands for Achieving Student Confidence, Encouraging New Dreams, and we're here for new dreams and for dreamers. Thank you, Dr. Reinhardt, for believing in Ascender, for believing in us, for believing in students who come here with a dream, with the American dream, and we are changing lives. Thanks to the familia, to the mentors, to the support of people like you who believe in students. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, John. Thank you. You guys are my friends. And I feel like I am in family. And I dedicate this award to my students who fight so hard for their dreams. Sí se puede. Gracias. Muchas gracias.
Coming up here, Dr. Come on up here. You all got me crying today in the spirit in which these awards were. All right. Come on in here close. All right. Thank you all so much, so much, so much. All right. Thank you. All right. Wow. Well, at the beginning, I told you what the spirit of this awards, how I envisioned these awards, and I think you felt it. I don't think I have to say much more. You heard it. Hopefully you felt it. Each one of the nominees told you why they nominated the recipients. If you didn't feel it, you might be like, I don't know, in the Wizard of Oz, you may not have a heart. Because I'm trying to talk through tears right now because it's clear the spirit of ACC and the work that we do. So I hope that you continue to carry this in your day-to-day work and continue to recognize your colleagues that are doing this amazing work. As I was starting this work, I was so excited thinking about our recipients. One thing that I meant to do at the beginning and got so excited, I forgot to do. We have a new colleague in our midst that I wanted to introduce, Dr. Andrea Kehoe. If you could stand up. Dr. Kehoe is our new head of product. So for those of you that are not familiar with that title, she is our inaugural head of product, and that's significant. She's not just the first head of product at ACC. This is one of the first head of product roles at a college or university in the nation. ACC is ahead of the curve. You know, we're progressive, we're innovative. When I talked to our colleagues at Apple and Cisco, they were so excited because this is a role that has been in place in industry for a while. But when you think about it at ACC, we offer products and services in our academic areas. And so she is here to serve as a guide and a resource for us. Think about it. We talk about the fact that we're a leader. We're a national leader in innovation, national exemplar for teaching and learning. So she's here to serve as a resource for you as you're looking at how we can continue to serve as a leader in excellence in teaching and learning. And as we're looking to refine our new degrees, new services, new products, she's here to help you. So please join me in welcoming her to the college. She is an amazing resource. Think about her with these 3 C's. She is a model for the 3 C's. You'll come to love her as much as I do. And I'm so excited that you're here. She's going to be a great resource for the college. And I just can't say enough right now about how my heart is full. And I hope that you continue to take this warmth that we have today and share it with the people that are not here. We've got some amazing people at this college, and I hope that when we have a chance to recruit new people to the college, that you share with them the core things that matter, you know, and this is what matters. We touch people's hearts. Tung, when you talked about the core and the things that matter to you, you know, it's the core principles in how we change people's lives and how we empower people. I can't say enough about that. So I thank you all for investing your time, for coming out today. Please grab some refreshments. Thank you for sharing these moments with us, and take some time to mingle and get to know some people, share some time with each other today, and just thank you for coming out. Oh, the next event, I have it on my sheet. Hold on a second. Our next 3C award will be February 7th at the Elgin campus at 2:00 p.m. So don't forget, we'll mark it on our campus. Thank you so much. Take care.